The Sports Renegades podcast on SportsTownChicago.com. Welcome back to the Sports Renegades here on SportsTownChicago.com. I'm Ryan Stupric.
And I'm Ryan Risky.
And now we're going to transition into Patrick Kane and the very strange press conference that took place today at Notre Dame, where their practice will be for, I think they're there for like a week or something. That was a very strange ordeal where Patrick Kane pretty much had the same statement for everything, and I feel like it was an unneeded press conference. They could have just had a statement. I understand that they probably needed to go public with it, but I feel like they could have just had a statement and then walked off the stage and not waited to answer the questions that they never even answered.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty much expected, except even like hockey-related questions, you would say things like, I can't answer that at this time with the ongoing legal matter. Like, how do you expect your reception to be at the United Center? And he didn't, and he said he couldn't answer that.
Right. Yeah, and the funniest thing that was asked, I think it was Mark Potash from the Chicago Sun-Times. He asked, "So Patrick, are you going to stop?
Stop drinking?
Yeah, are you going to stop drinking?" And he just had to say, "I can't answer this at this time." Blah blah blah. It's like I really commend the reporters though for trying to get answers out of him. The thing is, they just weren't going to get anything, which is why it was sort of an unneeded press conference at the time. And I think John McDonough and Rocky Wirtz are very frustrated.
Yeah, they were. And it seemed like John McDonough was really pissed off during those press conferences.
Right. Yeah, he probably didn't even want to do it. They could have just had a statement. I think it's a bit of a distraction that Patrick Kane is here for training camp. Obviously he has to practice. I
remember one of the reporters asked John McDonough how they knew that they had the right information, and he's like, "Well, we talked to law enforcement and everyone that's involved in this case."
Right.
And they even had reporters from Buffalo there, too.
Yeah, they had a lot of... I mean, it was a whole lot of things for not a whole lot of answers, as they couldn't really give any answers, which I understand you can't give any answers, but then why are you even having the press conference in the first place if you can't answer anything? Right,
yeah. I mean, it seemed like it was a little unnecessary. Like, oh, he's only answering hockey-related questions, and people don't really care about the hockey-related stuff.
No, yeah.
It was really
Nobody
nice
cares
to see Patrick, though, and he looked like he was doing very well. It wasn't like he had grown like a beard or anything.
Not until the season starts.
Yeah,
right?
One thing that one of the Buffalo reporters, I couldn't believe was dumb enough to ask this. He asked, Patrick, how did you stay in shape this offseason? You couldn't go outside to work out, and he just said, I have a workout facility in my basement that I've been using the entire summer.
Yeah, you could kind of figure that. I mean, he's a multimillionaire. Obviously, he's going to have his own workout equipment at home, as all the players do, I'm sure. That is a stupid question.
It is. It's like you traveled all the way from Buffalo to ask that.
Yeah, maybe he just wanted to see the city. He wanted to see Chicago. I don't know. But, kind of unneeded. I'm not even sure. A lot of people thought that he wouldn't be at training camp. It ended up that he is.
It's a very good sign.
It's a good sign that he's playing hockey again. It's a bit of a distraction
and that
for
he's
the
in shape as well.
For the other players and for his teammates. It's a bit of a distraction because now they have to answer the questions. Whereas if Patrick Kane wasn't there, they could be like, well, he's not here, so I'm not going to comment on it. Now that he's here and now that he's practicing, all his other players like Jonathan Taves and Marian Hossa, and everybody's going to have to field these rumors and allegations and everything. They're going to have to field those questions, which just puts a lot of it's a lot of it's a lot to take for the team.
Right, and it was kind of good. And now we heard Brent Seabrook is the new alternate captain, which honestly I think everyone expected that.
Yeah, I don't know who else it would be.
Considering he was always the alternate captain when Sharp was injured, so it was that was expected, and it was good to see. And it was nice hearing from Jonathan Taves. And then it was annoying when the reporters kept asking about Patrick Kane for the Taves, Seabrook, and Keith press conference. Like, that's not what they're there to talk about. And one of the reporters asked if they think Patrick can still remain a good leader in the locker room. And all three of them just kind of stood there. It was like, what kind of question is that? And they're like, can you repeat that? It was like they were asking to repeat it just to make sure they heard that it was such a stupid question.
It's
like Kane's not really like the leader. He's always getting into trouble off the ice. The leaders are guys like Taves and Sharp when he was still here. Seabrook,
Taves is the undisputed leader.
Yeah, I mean,
of the
Kane's
team.
not like a leader. He's just a guy that knows how to win and a very good player. He's not that kind of player. It's like, Kane's not the alternate captain. Then why are you asking this, you moron?
I always want to know, and we'll never know, but, how do the players, act towards Patrick Kane, like when they're alone, when they're practicing, when they're in the locker room? I mean, are they talking to him? Are they doing it? I know in game everyone's the same and everyone's, playing the same and, all those things go away. But, I wonder what Jonathan Taves thinks of Patrick Kane, and I wonder what Hossa and Seabrook think of Patrick Kane.
Yeah, Hossa's probably a guy that'll be, him or Hjalmarsson will probably be the alternate to the assistant captains.
Yeah, I wonder what they think of him. Like, why is he doing this again? He already got in trouble, in Madison, Wisconsin a couple years ago. He got in trouble, downtown or whatever when he was not even 21.
Except that then if he's proved innocent, then this whole thing just kind of goes to waste, and it shows the people were just looking for money. Yeah,
well, that's the case. Even if that happens, I mean, obviously something happened that night. I mean,
something happened, except, a lot of it might have been false.
Something happened.
What does Patrick Kane's girlfriend think about all of this?
Yeah, exactly. That's another thing that people failed to ask or talk about. But, it's the thing, the players shouldn't have to answer these questions about Patrick Kane. Only Patrick Kane should be able to answer them. And when the reporters didn't get any answers from Kane, then they had to ask his teammates.
Yeah, and his teammates are just like, seriously? Right. I think Jonathan Taves said at least 12 times, we're answering hockey-related questions.
Right, and it's not his fault. He's expected to say that. But
another thing,
what are the reporters supposed to do? It's their job to ask those questions. The thing is, Patrick Kane didn't give them anything.
Right, and which was expected, except but Taves and Keith and Seabrook, they don't know some of these answers, and it's just like they're there to talk about hockey, not about their other teammate who already had a previous press conference. Right.
It's just that's why I felt like they didn't need to do the press conference, and that's why a lot of people I know on the score, people were talking about Patrick Kane wasn't going to be there for training camp because of the ongoing things and legal matters, and he'd have a court date and everything, but. That all sort of passed, and here he is. It's a little interesting. I wonder how long this is going to drag on into the season.
At least obviously it would be missing games, though.
No, and it would be a huge distraction for the team, though. If this did drag on, or if he did have to miss time during the season at some point, that would not be good. That would ruin the chemistry with the team for the Blackhawks' sake. But obviously,
right, and also getting chemistry with the new second line center Artem Anisimov.
Right, he's a new addition to the team.
They got in the Saad trade.
Yeah, there's a lot of still unanswered questions, and I just hope for the season opener, either the Patrick Kane thing is over as far as he's not going to be indicted on anything, or if he is, the Hawks really need to make a decision on what they're going to do with him. I have a feeling they're mad, and if they could. I think they would choose to have him off the team, but he's too valuable of a player.
See, I don't think that they would choose to have him off the team because it's not like Brandon Marshall where he's a locker room cancer. He's a good guy in the locker room. Everyone will look up to him. I
I agree with that.
It's not like that kind of thing. And another thing, if he's proven innocent, this is his first offense, in a long time. He's turned the page.
Well, but this shows you that he didn't turn the page, though. I understand he didn't have anything going on for 4 years. The problem is how many things weren't reported that went on within those 4 years. There could have been other things, maybe not to the extent of this with a rape, but there was, there could have been a lot of things. Obviously, he was, out every weekend drinking and stuff. That's part of his nature. That's what he does. But it's going to be very interesting to see, if this happens again, there's nothing. Even now, I think it's sort of the straw that broke the camel's back right now, because that management is so mad, so upset that they have to deal with this because look at all the pressure that Patrick Kane put on them now to answer these questions and to make all these decisions, and we'll have to see what happens. Hopefully, for Patrick Kane's sake anyway, by the time the season rolls around, he's there on the ice playing, and there's none of these questions circling him. But I don't know if that's going to be the case.
It'd be something if he can. Did you know that on October 7th is the Cubs and Pirates wild card game, unless the Cubs win the division, and the Blackhawks raising of the banner?
Oh, is that the opener for the Hawks on October 7th? Okay.
They're on the same day.
That's a tough decision for people.
For me, it's not. And the season.
Yeah, well, for me, it's not either. But.
And the season 4 premiere of Arrow.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, and I'm sure there'll be some.
And I'm sure all of them start at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, you'll have to. That'll be a day to DVR a lot of things.
Yep, I will be watching the Cubs.
I will be watching.
I can tell
the
you
Cubs
that.
too.
I will be.
Well,
watching
I could
the
care
Cubs.
about Game 1 of the hockey season. I mean, the banner raising is nice and fun.
Right, you
and
can
I'll
just
record
watch that on
but-
YouTube. I'm sure someone will post the banner raising on YouTube.
Well, and you can just record that. I'm not going to waste my time watching the first game of an 82-game season when the Cubs have possibly the last game.
Right, yeah. I mean, especially a playoff game,
And I like the Cubs.
Like, I can't wait until they clinch that playoff spot so I can go start buying a bunch of Cubs playoff gear.
Right, yeah. I'll have to get a T-shirt for sure.
2015 playoffs. The one thing I don't like is that it'll just say playoffs until they win that wild card game. Then it'll say 2015 NLDS.
I think I'm going to bank on them winning the wild card so I can buy the NLDS T-shirt.
Oh, I'll be buying the playoffs.
So you're going to buy that, and then 2 days later,
then I'll buy the NLDS.
Well, if you want to do that, I'm not going to waste my money on both. I don't think I'm going to bank on them winning because they're going to beat the Pirates.
Yeah, oh yeah, they will. Arrieta's going to beat Cole.
No hitter in the one-game playoff by Arrieta. God, wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, it really it'll be so much fun if they win that game. I have a feeling it'll be a close game. That'll probably be the kind of game that
Still
doesn't
could be
have
at,
any home runs, or maybe
right.
if someone will hit a solo homer into the front row.
Still could be at Wrigley Field, which means you would be there at the game.
Yeah, that'd be something if it's at Wrigley Field too. That would
only
definitely
2 games
help the Cubs
back,
out.
so yeah.
Yeah, I mean they play 3 more against the Pirates, and then they've got 6 against the Brewers and 3 against the Reds. So I mean, it's not. I mean, they can get that first wild card spot.
They can.
I don't think they can win the division. That's not out of reach yet, though.
It's like, 6 or 7 games, something like that. We're going to take a break right now. We'll come back and we'll give you our NFL week predictions to wrap up the show. And, we'll be giving you our Week 2 predictions. You're listening to the Sports Renegades here on SportsTownChicago.com. The Sports Renegades podcast on SportsTownChicago.com.